By grace I live, by grace I am released. By grace you live, by grace you are released. Welcome back, fam. Today we'll be studying lesson 169 of A Course in Miracles. So let's dive straight in. If you got the lesson open, perfect. If you don't got the book yet, PDF is in the description. Let's go ahead and begin. Grace is an aspect of the love of God which is most like the state prevailing in the unity of truth. It is the world's most lofty aspiration, for it leads beyond the world entirely. It is past learning, yet the goal of learning. For grace cannot come until the mind prepares itself for true acceptance. Grace becomes inevitable instantly in those who have prepared a table where it can be gently laid and willingly received, an altar clean and holy for the gift. Grace is acceptance of the love of God within a world of seeming hate and fear. By grace alone, the hate and fear are gone, for grace presents a state so opposite to everything the world contains that those whose minds are lighted by the gift of grace cannot believe the world of fear is real. Now, I'm sure me and you have got to this point by now. We understand that fear is an illusion and only love exists. Love is real. Fear is the absence of love. Fear is not nothing in itself. It is just the absence of what is really there. Now, for those who are still dominated by fear and those who believe that this world is chaotic or evil, or this world is a bad world that they live in, or even the opposite, this world is precious, it is valuable, I need to take really good care of everything that I have. Those, both the negative and the seeming positives of glorifying this world, are both forms of the illusion. Me and you understand that this world is a reflection of who and what we are. Better said, this world is a reflection of who we think we are. So although everything is love and light, yes, we know this by now, who we think we are at any given moment in time is what we are going to see in the world. Therefore, those individuals who see a chaotic world or a fearful world or a scary world are simply seeing pictured outward their own fears that are their belief systems, their thoughts of fear, of separation. And whenever one goes about undoing those fears and removing the fear and no longer projecting, having nothing to project, they are going to look outside of themselves and they're going to see the most amazing, astonishing beauty in everyone and everything, because that is all there is. Now, that doesn't mean that we're denying that there are individuals out there who are asleep to their true nature and who are acting insanely, who are treating others the way they wouldn't treat themselves if they knew who they were, who are hurting others and who are attacking others, etc. You get the point. There are those individuals out there, yes, but whenever you look at them with some compassion and you see that they are simply crying for love, there's only two things in this world. There's love and there is a cry for love. There are individuals who act lovingly or who act wanting to find love. Remember, nobody does anything that they don't believe is in their own best interest. So the reason that somebody out there who is insane, meaning they don't know who they are, they don't know that they are love and light, they don't know their true nature, those individuals are looking, searching for that, not even knowing that that's what they're searching for. They think that they're searching for money or for love or for pleasure or whatever it is that they're searching for, but deep down they are trying to fulfill that separation that they believe exists between them and who they really are, between them and God. Now, whenever an individual doesn't know who they are, they act in a way, again, that they think is in their own best interest, but it's not. They look for salvation in attacking that person. They believe if they attack this person, then they are safe. But what happens is you can never attack somebody without attacking yourself first. Now, bodies can't attack. Bodies are nothing. Bodies are dust. Think of this form of dust attacking that form of dust. It makes no sense. It is an illusion. However, the mind that is attacking that other person by saying things such as you're not enough, or you're to this or you're to that, or attacking in any way. An attack is simply the absence of love. If someone is looking at another individual without love, they're attacking that individual. And better said, they're attacking themselves because they can't give someone what they don't already have. Meaning the individuals out there who are acting the most insanely, the most chaotic, the most harmful to the rest of their peers, those are the individuals with the most fear in their heart, and they believe that their salvation lies in protecting themselves. But the only reason why you would need to protect yourself is because you don't know who you are. Whenever you know that you are love and light, you understand that there is nothing that can harm you. You are invulnerable, therefore no protection is needed. You are perfectly safe and sound because you are eternal. However, any individual who is doing anything to protect themselves by attacking someone else simply doesn't know who they are, and they are, more than attacking that other person, attacking themselves. They're attacking themselves more, living with all of that separation, all of that fear, all of that guilt, all of that drama in their head, all of that mental chatter. They are living in a hell in their mind, and they're trying to escape it by taking action in the world of form. That will not work because you are not the body, and this world does not really exist. It is simply an illusion. So trying to solve any of your problems by taking action, whether that be getting more money or finding a lover or hurting someone or whatever it may be, all of that is not going to solve your problems. None of that is going to solve what you think are problems. That individual who is acting insanely is simply trying to find salvation, meaning they're trying to find happiness, love, peace, and the remembrance of who they really are. And they think that they're going to find that by doing something to someone else outside of themselves. And better yet, they don't even know that that's what they're searching for. They are so lost, and they have deviated from their true knowingness so much so that they really don't know what they want. They are lost. They are identifying with the ego, and death is calling their name. Now, death doesn't really exist because what is eternal can never die. But long story short, anybody who acts in any way, there's only two ways that you could act: lovingly or a cry for love. So that gives me and you some more ability to show compassion to those out there, even if they're doing the worst of the worst, because we see that this individual simply doesn't know who they are. This individual is simply suffering in their head more than what they're causing someone else to suffer. Although, yes, they may have hurt another individual or did something that is so-called bad in this world. They harmed another extension of who they really are. They are really the one who is struggling the most, who is hurting the most. Now, that's something to keep in mind, because whenever you know that and you understand that that individual over there who is acting insanely is another aspect of creation, and you are an aspect of creation, and not only are you an aspect of creation, but you are all aspects of creation. We are all it. We are all one. So whenever you're looking at them and you're judging them or condemning them for what they've done wrong, you are actually attacking yourself and doing the same thing that they're doing on a smaller scale. Because what you're saying virtually is that individual over there is bad because they did something to attack another individual, and they're a bad person. They deserve to be punished. But by saying that, what you're saying is, I believe in punishment. I believe that attack is real. I believe that they are a body, and I believe that they attack that other body. I believe that forms of illusion can attack, that they can attack one another. I believe that God can attack itself. All of those statements are virtually what somebody is saying whenever they're condemning another individual. So that's why it's important to be aware of what me and you know, and see the beauty in this world, and see that it is all play of consciousness. It is all an extension of the one, which the world calls God. It is all an extension of the one. And whenever you're judging that person over there for doing something bad in this world, you're doing the same exact thing that they're doing. And whenever you know that, then you will stop doing that by releasing all your guilt and judgment and your sense of separation, and you will come to the recognition that you are one with them. You are one with all aspects of creation. You are one with your source, and you are never separate. You have never been separate and never can be. It's impossible. It is not truth. Now, although we believe that we are separate in this world, it is simply an illusion that we are experiencing here, and that is the best word to use at this moment in time. This is what how the Course conveys this message to us. And whenever you know this and not only understand it intellectually or conceptually, but you're experiencing this oneness, then you're at peace, because you understand that that individual over there can never do anything to affect anyone in truth. They are only affecting a form in this world, but this world is an illusion. We can repeat these words all day, but no amount of repeating will help that individual remember this information, because this information that we're discussing here is conveying an experience, but the experience is necessary in order to understand these words. Although these words could help someone get to the experience, although these words are helpful to help someone understand the intention behind the words, it is the experience that must be had, must be experienced in order to fully know everything we're discussing and have been discussing. It is an experience of oneness, of peace, and of joy, and me and you are here undoing everything that's causing us to not experience this. This state that we're experiencing right now, if you're here with me, is love, light, peace, outrageous joy, passion, exhilaration, clarity, sure-footedness. It is all of that. And this is natural. If you're not experiencing this at any moment in time, something has gone wrong, and the only thing that could be is you deviating from the awareness of this state of mind, i.e. who you really are. Whenever me and you are not feeling as great as we're feeling right now, we have deviated. Our mind has wandered off, and we think that we're something that we're not. We think that we're this body in this world. We're trapped by time and space, and this body is the end of us, and we're confused on what things of this world mean, and we don't know why people treat us the way they do, and this and that, and we're so focused on things of this world and so focused on attaining success in this world and money in this world and things of this world in order to make us feel better. And there's nothing wrong with getting anything in this world or experiencing anything in this world, by the way, but it is going to hinder you whenever you think that that's what you need in order to be whole, because you're not understanding that you're whole already. Whenever we're not feeling this way, again, we have deviated from our natural state. And whenever we're aware that we're not feeling this, and we're aware that we're feeling less than the joy that we should be feeling, then we are aware that we can do something about getting back to this state of being. And the only way to get here is by not doing nothing at all. Get out of your own way. Go to sleep. Meditate. Stop all thought. Do whatever it takes for you to stop thinking thoughts that are opposing you from reaching this state of mind. This is natural. This needs no effort. This is effortless. This state of mind that we're experiencing right now is what is. It is truth. It does not need no belief to be upheld. It just simply is. And whenever you don't get in the way of that with this powerful tool of yours, this mind of yours, whenever you don't get in the way of that and you are aware of your being in the state of mind, it's effortless, it's natural. And whenever you wander off and you deviate from this state of mind, whenever you separate yourself, although you can never really do that in truth, but you can believe that you can, whenever you wander off and experience separation, then you are going to feel less than outrageous joy. And that is what we are here to no longer do. Me and you are here to remember who we really are. I'm sure we remember by now, and we are here to know this so much so that we could never forget again, that we never deviate from this state of mind. So let's go ahead and continue back into the lesson, but already we've began on such a rock solid foundation. Now this lesson will hit 10 times more harder now that we have reached this state of awareness. Now we're going to see things in this lesson that we wouldn't have seen before if we were on a lower frequency, which is why it's so important to go back and reread the lessons or the text or any book for that matter. It is important to go back and read that from a different awareness level, because you have expanded, you're going to see something in it that you didn't see before. Doesn't mean that it wasn't there before, it just means that you were not able to comprehend it due to being on a lower state of mind. Grace is not learned. The final step must go beyond all learning. Grace is not the goal this course aspires to attain. Yet we prepare for grace in that an open mind can hear the call to awaken. It is not shut tight against God's voice. It has become aware that there are things it does not know, and thus is ready to accept a state completely different from experience with which it is familiarly at home. Wow. Oh my goodness. We have perhaps appeared to contradict our statement that the revelation of the Father and the Son as one has been already set. But we have also said the mind determines when that time will be, and has determined it. And yet we urge you to bear witness to the Word of God, to hasten the experience of truth, and speed its advent into every mind that recognizes truth's effects on you. Oneness is simply the idea God is, and in his being, he encompasses all things. No mind holds anything but God. We say God is, and then we cease to speak, for in that knowledge words are meaningless. There are no lips to speak them, and no part of mind sufficiently distinct to feel that it is now aware of something not itself. It has united with its source, and like its source itself, it merely is. Now, one thing I do want to mention, it states right here, we say God is, and then we cease to speak, for in that knowledge words are meaningless. Right before that it states, no mind holds anything but him. No mind holds anything but God. Now I'm going to dive into an important part of is actually the beginning of the course. If you read the text, this is chapter 1, section 2, Revelation, Time, and Miracles. Now, if you read, let's read from paragraph 4, okay? I'm just going to read this real quick. Now, it states right here, and this is, again, chapter 1, section 2, Revelation, Time, and Miracles, the 4th paragraph. I'm going to read it, just this 4th paragraph. The miracle is therefore a sign of love among equals. Equals should not be in awe of one another, because awe implies inequality. Now that statement itself is powerful, because whenever anyone looks at another individual in awe because of the car they have, or amount of money, or success, or accolades, or whatever it may be, whenever you look at your brother in awe, you are implying inequality, because you're not seeing them for who they really are, which is simply love and light, just like you. The things of this world that anyone has attained are meaningless. They mean nothing. So one more time, equals should not be in awe of one another, because awe implies inequality. It is therefore an inappropriate reaction to me. Jesus is the one who is speaking. An elder brother is entitled to respect for his greater experience, and obedience for his greater wisdom. He is also entitled to love because he is a brother, and to devotion if he is devoted. It is only my devotion that entitles me to yours. Now pay close attention to what we're about to read right here. This is Jesus speaking. There is nothing about me that you cannot attain. I have nothing that does not come from God. The difference between us now is that I have nothing else. This leaves me in a state which is only potential in you. Now, I bring this up because let's read this one more time. I have nothing that does not come from God. The difference between us now is that I have nothing else. So every single individual in this world, every single thing, situation, circumstance, event does not have anything that does not come from God. Meaning that individual over there and that individual over there, every single one that you see in this world anyways, in those bodies, all of them do not have nothing that does not come from God. Meaning the only thing that they have is what comes from God. However, the difference between us now is that I have nothing else. So a good way to put this is we're going to use an enlightened master, okay? We are going to use an enlightened master. So we have an enlightened master. We're going to say Jesus. And he states the difference between me and you now is that I do not have nothing else. Meaning the enlightened master, and let's just say the person who is dead asleep in the illusion, thinking that they're the body, they're the same. Both of these individuals are the same. They do not have nothing that does not come from God. They only have what comes from God. However, this individual does not have nothing else. This sleeping individual has added so much false junk over their awareness that they still have everything that comes from God, just like the enlightened master, but they've added a lot of junk on top of that, a lot of illusion and fear on top of that, that they can't experience what it's like to only have what comes from God. Jesus, enlightened masters, only have in their awareness what comes from God. And people who are sleeping, dead asleep in the illusion, believing they're a body, also only have what comes from God, but they can't experience the fullness of that because they've added so much illusion on top of that that they're going to have to unlearn all that stuff that they learned in this world in order to only have what comes from God, and therefore they will be able to experience the fullness of who they really are, the peace that they really are. I hope that made sense, but the whole reason why I brought that up is because it states right here, no mind holds anything but God. All minds, all people, all individuals only hold what God put there. That cannot be erased. It cannot be abolished, obliterated. That is simply an undeletable file in the mind of God, which we all share, by the way. One more time. No mind holds anything but Him. However, like me and you right now, who are experiencing what we're experiencing right now, we have nothing else. It is simply only what comes from God. Me and you right now in the state of mind are experiencing the fullness of what God put there. Now, another individual out there in the world who is in worry and doubt and fear, they have everything that we have. The only difference between us and them now is that we do not have nothing else. They have so much illusion added on top, covering up, piled over that file of God, that memory of who they really are. They can't experience what we're experiencing because they have hidden it from themselves. They have hidden it. Think of if I have this ball of light. Pretend I have this ball of light, this very condensed ball of light. It was so powerful. And I get clay, right? And I get clay and I throw the clay over the ball and I'm rolling it up like this, and now I have a ball of clay. That ball of clay is the sleeping mind, because me and you, let's picture there's two lights, right? Me and you, we have this light right here, this condensed, bright, shiny light, and so does this individual over there. They have it. But this individual over there has covered it up with clay. They have hidden the light of the world from themselves. They think that they're the ball of clay. And me and you haven't added anything to cover up the light. So me and you are experiencing the fullness of the light right now, while the individual who is dead asleep in the illusion is identifying with the body and thinking that they are the clay, and they've added all this illusion and junk over that light, that they're obscuring the light to themselves. They have hidden who they really are from themselves, and they can't see the light. Although the light is not demolished, it is not obliterated, the light is still there, shining brighter than ever, and it has not been dimmed. It is the same exact light as ours. They're the same thing, but this person can't see that because they've covered it up with the clay. That's another way of saying, and I'm going to read this section one more time. There is nothing about me that you cannot attain. I have nothing that does not come from God. The difference between us now is that I have nothing else. The difference between the individual who has only light and the individual who also has that light is that this individual has covered up that light with a lot of forms of illusion. Therefore, they can't experience the fullness of that light, while the individual who hasn't added anything more can experience only that light, only perfect love. Me and you right now in this moment are experiencing only perfect love. There are individuals out there who are experiencing little portions of love, but that's not perfect love, because perfect love and love itself is whole and undivided. And this person can experience that because they have divided themselves from who they really are. Love. They have divided their awareness by covering up this ball of light with clay, that they can't experience the fullness of that perfect love because they have put up barriers towards receiving all the goodness that would come if they didn't put up any barriers. Me and you, again, before we dive straight in, are in a very beneficial spot right now because our awareness is so pure in this moment that there is nothing blocking truth. We are simply right now in this moment, we are simply truth. We are being who we are. We are aligned. We are enlightened. In this moment, we are experiencing the fullness of who we are and nothing less than that. Now, whenever we're not experiencing this, it is always here. The light is still there. It cannot be decreased, demolished, obliterated. No matter how much clay we cover up that light, it is still there. No matter how much illusions and beliefs we are aware of that are worry, doubt, and fear, no matter how much of those beliefs that me and you have from time to time, they will never change the fact that we are perfection and love and light. It is a matter of fact of me and you practicing staying here in this frequency so often that we experience nothing less than this. The only reason why me and you experience anything less than this, or anyone experiences anything less than this, is because they have added their own junk and fear and worry and doubt and separation over what could never be deleted, over what could never be demolished. Me and you are eternal, and we can cover up that eternalness with a body and belief systems, but that will not ever change. That will never change who we are. That will simply block our awareness from who we are, but it will never change who we are. And whenever we want to experience perfection and love and joy, finally, then we could do something about removing all our limiting beliefs that are causing us not to experience what is natural. We cannot speak, nor write, nor even think of this at all. It comes to every mind, and when total recognition that its will is God's has been completely given and received completely, it returns the mind into the endless present, where the past and future cannot be conceived. It lies beyond salvation, past although of time, for forgiveness and the holy face of Christ. For the Son of God has merely disappeared into his Father, as his Father has in him. The world has never been at all. Eternity remains a constant state. This is beyond experience we try to hasten. Yet forgiveness, taught and learned, brings with it the experiences which bear witness that the time the mind itself determined to abandon all but this is now at hand. Powerful. The only reason why me and you right now are experiencing this state of mind is because we have forgiven everyone. There is no judgments we hold right now on ourselves or anyone else. There are no criticisms, no condemnations, none of that. We are in this moment experiencing what we're experiencing right now because we haven't done anything to block this. We have forgiven everyone in this moment. We are free right now in this moment. We are free. Anyone who is not free needs to forgive, and anyone who needs to forgive cannot reach this state. But when they do forgive, they will be right here where we're at. We do not hasten it, in that what you will offer was concealed from him who teaches what forgiveness means. All learning was already in his mind, accomplished and complete. He recognized all that time holds, and gave it to all minds that each one might determine from a point where time was ended, when it is released to revelation and eternity. We have repeated several times before that you but make a journey that is done. For oneness must be here. Whatever time the mind has set for revelation is entirely irrelevant to what must be a constant state forever, as it always was, forever to remain as it is now. We merely take the part assigned long since, and fully recognized as perfectly fulfilled by him who wrote salvation's script in his Creator's name, and in the name of his Creator's Son. There is no need to further clarify what no one in the world can understand. Powerful. There is no need to further clarify what no one in the world can understand. When revelation of your oneness comes, it will be known and fully understood. Now we have work to do, for those in time can speak of things beyond, and listen to words which explain what is to come is past already. Yet what meaning can the words convey to those who count the hours still, and rise and work and go to sleep by them? One more time. Yet what meaning can the words convey to those who count the hours still, and rise and work and go to sleep by them, meaning those who still believe in time? Me and you right now are not bound to time, because we're in a state of mind so pure that time does not exist. Time is an illusion. Time is a belief of our own making. But whenever we transcend that belief and understand that that's all it is a belief, then we understand that it was never there to begin with. It is only eternity. This is what exists here and now, and in all nows is this experience that we're having. Whenever we're not experiencing this, we're simply preoccupied with the past. Now, right now is a time for us to be aware of. We reach this state of mind very frequently, by the way, during our conversations, but I could feel that the more and more we come here, the more easier it gets, the more of a solid foundation we have to return here next time. We're practicing this state of mind so much that next time, it's easier and easier to reach, because we have prepared this place. We have given it so much attention that soon we will no longer have to give this attention or effort, because we will be here forevermore. We will no longer need to try, because we have released attachment to time. Me and you understand that no time is necessary in order to be who we already are. Time is an illusion, and people believe that in order for their problems to be solved, they have to wait for time to heal, is what they say. Time heals all. But whenever you understand that time is an illusion and you don't have to wait for anything to be healed, because everything is already perfect as it always has been and will forever be right now, then all you need is a shift in perspective, a shift in perception. All someone needs who is identifying with the problem is a shift in awareness to understand that that problem never occurred, and it takes only but an instant to be in the vicinity of the answer, of the solution. That's it. No time is necessary. No need to remain in the problem, waiting for an answer, waiting for someone to come save you. You can save yourself right now in this instant by understanding that the only thing that there is to be saved from is your own illusions, your own beliefs. And whenever you understand that you made them, you understand that you can remove them as well. You can remove them. You can I don't even want to say destroy, because what never existed does not have to be destroyed because it's not real. Your awareness of it is what is keeping it alive. And whenever you remove your awareness of time and problems and distance and space and form, then you transcend it. And now there is no time necessary to experience whatever it is you desire, because you understand that it's all happening right now. And what we're discussing right now is very high level, because again, someone can understand this conceptually, but to experience this like we are right now, if you're here with me, is something that the masters attain. And me and you here right now says something about how far we have came, how connected we are to who we really are, how in alignment we are with our creator and our source, how much separation we have let go of. Remember the gap that we discussed. I'm not sure if we discussed that today or yesterday, but we discussed that gap. The larger the gap between who you really are and who you're allowing yourself to be, the worse you feel. And the smaller that gap, the better you feel, because you are closer in vicinity and proximity to who you really are. And our goal is to have no gap at all. We want to merge with who we really are, which is what I believe that we are doing right now. And we know that because of the outrageous joy we're feeling right now, the clarity, the sure-footedness, the knowledge, the knowingness. We know whenever we're in the state of mind because of the way we feel. And when we feel anything less than what we're feeling right now, we know that we need to get back on track, meaning we need to start listening to truth, and we need to get back to the awareness of who we really are, because that's where everything we want is, and nothing comes that we truly want out of being who we are not. The ego, the body, simply an illusion and unnecessary whenever you know what we're discussing right now. Once someone experiences what we're experiencing right now, they will not want to ever do anything other than experience this. Suffice it, then, that you have work to do to play your part. The ending must remain obscure to you until your part is done. It does not matter, for your part is still what all the rest depends on. As you take the role assigned to you, salvation comes a little nearer each uncertain heart that does not beat as yet in tune with God. Forgiveness is the central theme that runs throughout salvation, holding all its parts in meaningful relationships. The course it runs directed, and its outcome sure. And now we ask for grace, the final gift salvation can bestow. Experience that grace provides will end in time, for grace foreshadows heaven, yet does not replace the thought of time, but for a little while. The interval suffices. It is here that miracles are laid, to be returned by you from holy instance you receive, through grace in your experience, to all who see the light that lingers in your face. What is the face of Christ but his who went a moment into timelessness and brought a clear reflection of the unity he felt to it forever, while a part of you remains outside, unknowing, unawakened, and in need of you as witness to the truth. Be grateful to return, as you were glad to go an instant, and accept the gifts that grace provided you. You carry them back to yourself, and revelation stands not far behind. Its coming is ensured. We ask for grace and for experience that comes from grace. We welcome the release it offers everyone. We do not ask for the unaskable. We do not look beyond what grace can give, for this we can give in the grace that has been given us. Our learning goal today does not exceed this prayer. Yet, in the world what could be more than what we ask this day of him who gives the grace we ask, as it was given him? By grace I live, by grace I am released, by grace I give, by grace I will release. This was another one of those lessons that is definitely going to require us to go back and read a little bit slower, really absorb all of the intention behind it, because this was one of those powerful lessons. Now, for now, me and you are going to press pause right here. We are going to allow this state of mind to be what we experience all day, and whenever we deviate from this state of mind, we are going to get back here by any means necessary. Now, until tomorrow, I will see you then for lesson 170, and until then, may we never be the same.